20 invasive shrubs to avoid. Do not be fooled by the pretty fragrant flowers and attractive red fruit. The Amur honeysuckle will take over your yard and crowd out other plants, negating any ornamental value. If there are just a few, you can try digging them up or cutting them back to the ground repeatedly. Chemical control may be necessary if you have a large population of these shrubs. Like its sibling Russian olive, Elaeagnus angustifolia, the autumn olive is hardy and survives where many other plants fail. This determination, however, means that it quickly spreads and becomes a nuisance that is very hard to remove. Watch out for the sharp thorns. I saw this shrub used frequently in California landscapes. The stems and leaves do look like true bamboo, and the fruit will add color in fall and winter. The leaves will also put on a show, turning red in autumn. This shrub spreads itself easily through rhizomes and seeds. In cooler zones, heavenly bamboo tends to be deciduous. When I was interning in Oregon, we made up a song about the Himalayan blackberries and other blackberry species that seem to spring up everywhere. It was to the tune of "This is the song that never ends," but we replaced song with weed. Blackberries are everywhere in the Pacific Northwest. I did enjoy picking some with my family while I was there, though. The Japanese barberry is found in many landscapes despite its potential to be invasive. There are varieties available with purple leaves, which can help add color. Many varieties have thorns, though some have been produced that are thornless. One beneficial aspect of this shrub is that deer prefer to avoid it, a status not held by many plants. This imported Spiraea tends to take over and can endanger native Spireas. One reason that it is so hard to control is because the seeds can lie dormant for many years, making it very difficult to eradicate completely. Do not expect the Japanese tree lilac flowers to have the same glorious fragrance as the familiar lilacs like common lilac, Syringa vulgaris. This species is less prone to becoming invasive than most species on this list. One reason to reconsider placing a lantana in your yard is because it can be very toxic for your pets or children if they munch on the fruit. Lantana will resist drought, salt and fire. It also can handle cutting well, which is good or bad depending on whether you are pruning it or trying to remove it. The stems will root and widen the Multiflora Rose if they touch the soil. This can cause the shrub to spread rapidly and take over your garden. It will sometimes form into a vine and extend its reach. Scotch Broom is monoecious, bearing both male and female flowers on the same plant. It is able to reseed easily and spreads throughout your landscape. One of my friends had some Staghorn Sumac shrubs that were overtaking his garden. I would go to visit his place and pull them all out. The next time I went there, they had sprung back with a vengeance. Sumacs have an extensive rhizome system, so they had survived and produced new shoots. Birds and animals can spread the seed through droppings. Like other raspberry species, it can form new plants wherever the cane touches the ground. The fruits are edible and taste like tart raspberries. Wineberry plants are sometimes bred with other raspberry species to create new hybrids. This plant features stems that are very hairy. In some areas, this shrub has been nicknamed kudzu of the coast or beach kudzu for its habit of spreading rapidly and being pretty much indestructible. In other locations, though, it can be used successfully in the garden. I think the blue blossoms are especially lovely, though I can understand if people despise it in invasive areas. If you need a sturdy shrub with a brilliant fall display, burning bush earns its name. It can flourish in a wide variety of pH levels and soil environmental conditions. Sadly, though, it will grow and spread, negating this aesthetic value. This can also fall prey to attacks from euonymus scale. The flowers on this honeysuckle can be either white or pink and serve as a distinguishing characteristic. It will bring my favorite hummingbirds, as they love to sip on the nectar. The bush honeysuckle is a fast grower and can overtake other plants. Lisa, our guide to pool and patio, was telling me about her Cape honeysuckle last night. She says it had gone wild, turned more into a vine and covered a whole hillside. Common gorse is covered in cheery yellow blossoms each year, but that is not enough to negate the fact that it is a noxious weed. English holly is a dioecious shrub or medium-sized tree. The red fruit is a highlight on this plant, though it can easily mean more English hollies popping up if you want to plant English holly but do not mind the lack of fruit. Male cultivars will prevent resedum. The leaves are sharp and spiny. The name Cranberry-Bush is in reference to the fruits, which do indeed resemble the cranberry. Birds spread the seeds after they eat the fruit, contributing greatly to the spread of this shrub. Another common name, snowball bush, describes the appearance of the flower clusters. The European privet will be semi-evergreen in the warmer zones and deciduous otherwise. Birds help propagate this shrub through the seeds in their droppings. These plants are one of the most common species used to create hedges. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.